Hello everyone, welcome to Karthikeya IAS Academy. From today we have started a new series that is Target Prelims 2022. Here, every day we will be, the name of the series is Target Prelims 2022. Okay, here every day I will be explaining nearly 2 to 3 topics which are important from the prelims point of view. Okay, so here we have to see it only from the objective point of view, and we will be only taking the topics which are minor topics but they are important for the prelims. Okay, so let's start with the first topic, Prime Minister Shram Awards. Here we'll see why these awards are actually given. Okay, so as I have told you, we are learning it in the prelims point of view. We will be seeing only the key points of that topic. We won't go too deep into any of the topic. Okay, so why this topic is important? Okay, why these awards are given? These awards are given to recognize the outstanding contribution. Okay, outstanding contribution made by whom? The outstanding contributions made by the workmen of our country. Okay, the workforce or the workmen of our country, to recognize their work, these awards are given by the government of India. Okay, why it is in news? What is the context now? Here, recently the Prime Minister Shram Awards are announced. Okay, so they are going to give to 69 workers. Okay, they are going to give this award to 69 workers who are employed in the departmental and public sector units of the central and state governments and private sector units. So what you have to remember, this is not just given to the public sector units. Here they will be selecting the workers from the public sector units and even from the private sector units. Those who have done an outstanding performance, they will be given these awards. Okay, now if you see what are the criteria they will be selecting, the one who is having distinguished performance or who has shown the innovative abilities, outstanding contribution in the field of productivity, and exhibition of exceptional courage and presence of mind. So these are the criteria in which they will be selecting few people who have done outstandingly in these parameters. They will be awarded. Okay, so what are the things you have to remember? This award will be given to the workmen of our country who are working in both the private sector and the public sector units. So this time they have selected 69 workers who have shown good performance in these parameters. So if you see here, this year, these awards will be given in 3 categories. The first one is Shram Bhushan Awards. Second one is Shram Veer or Shram Virangana Awards, Shram Shri or Shram Devi Awards. So these are the 3 types of awards given. If you see the Shram Bhushan Awards, it will contain the cash prize of 1 lakh each. Okay, so each member who are selected for this award will be given an amount of 1 lakh rupees. If you see the next award, Shramveer or Shram Viranga Awards, it has 60,000 prize for each. So those who are selected under this, they will be given 60,000 for each person they are going to give this. Next, Shram Shri or Shram Devi Awards, here they are giving 40,000. So the 3 categories, first category people who are selected will be given 1 lakh rupees, and the second category will be given 60,000, and the third category will be given 40,000 each. Okay, now as I have told you why these awards are given, they are going to recognize the outstanding contribution by the workmen. Okay, now what are the other kinds of awards given by the Ministry of Labor and Employment? National Safety Awards. Okay, this is not in news. The earlier topic was in news, but we have to see the other awards also now. Okay, so National Safety Awards. Why they give this award? This is to increase the competitive spirit among them. For which reason? For which reason they want to increase the competitive spirit? Here, if you see, they want to improve the competitive spirit among them in the case of safety standards. so as they improve the safety standards in their units. For example, if we see, they give one award known as National Safety Awards Mines. Okay, this is one example among the safety awards. National Safety Awards Mines. We all know about the mining, right? So, under this mines, here they have instituted this award in 1983. Same thing here, they want to promote the competitive spirit among the mine operators. For which reason? For the safety standards in the mines and to give an outstanding safety performance. Okay, they, as I have told you, what is the thing? They want to improve the safety standards. Second thing is outstanding safety performance. Which operator will be doing that betterly, they will be given the award. Okay, so this is one example under this national safety. They are having different types of awards. So here this award will be given by the Honorable President of India every year. Okay, in the earlier, which one we have seen, here it is Prime Minister Shram Awards. Here in the National Safety Awards, we are discussing about the mines, which is given by the President of India every year. So what is the next type of award? It is Vishwakarma Awards. Why these Vishwakarma Awards are given? Under this, if you see again, we'll take the example of Vishwakarma Rashtriya Purashkar. Okay, now if you see in this, what is the basis? What is the basis on which they are giving this award? Here, this scheme is open to the undertakings, the industrial undertakings, where the suggestion schemes are accepted. Okay, here they will be giving it to the industries where the suggestion schemes are accepted. In the form of which kind of suggestions are given? For example, quality circles, or any general suggestions, or any safety suggestions. Okay, small group activities. If such kind of suggestion schemes are open in any industrial undertakings, those industrial undertakings can be nominated for this award. Okay, so here in the Vishwakarma Award, suggestions are accepted by the management and they are adopted. It's not just if someone is giving you the suggestion about the quality or the safety, you're accepting it, but you're not implementing, it doesn't work. Okay, so the management here, the management is accepting the suggestions and it is implementing them. Okay, it means it is adopting the suggestions which are given to it in the previous calendar year. If they are following, if they are adopting the suggestions which are being given, then they can be considered for this Rashtriya Purashkar Award. Okay, so these are the other types given by the Ministry of Labor. Now, the next topic is greater adjutant stocks. Okay, this is the name of a bird. Okay, why it is in news? First, we have to see the context why it is in news. In a first, Bihar has, like, this is the first time, that is why it is given in a first. Bihar has decided to tag it. It decided to tag the bird. So, which kind of bird it is? It is endangered. If you don't conserve it now, it will go under the category of critically endangered. From there, it will become extinct. So, we have to conserve it. Greater adjutant stocks. So, if you see the name of it, Leptoptilus dubius. Okay. So, locally we call it as Garuda. Okay. In India, we locally call it with the name of Garuda. Garuda Pakshi. Okay. With GPS trackers, how they are going to tag these birds? They are going to use the GPS trackers to monitor their movement. Why actually we need to monitor the movement of the birds? Because it's a part of the efforts to conserve them. Okay, why they are going to conserve? Because their number has reduced a lot. Though there are some measures taken recently which have increased the number of these birds, but if you compare with the earlier decades, there is very few number of birds now. Not just in India, if you see all over the world, the number has been decreased. Okay, now if you see the status of the bird, whenever you get any animal or bird in your news articles, the main thing which you have to remember is to which schedule they belong and what is the status of the bird. So if you see the status of the bird, it is categorized as endangered. Okay, if you see, we have different types of status. For example, threatened, first you will get vulnerable, threatened, endangered, critically endangered, and extinct. Okay, if you see the status, the first category will be where you don't have to bother much. It means there is no much change in their numbers compared to the past. The next one is vulnerable, means there is chance that their number may get reduced. When they are under the threatened, when they are under the category of threatened, we'll get two other categories, that is endangered and critically endangered. Means we have to take care of them. We should start the conservation methods or else their number will be drastically reducing. Okay, in the endangered, if you compare with the previous years, the number will be very less. And when you come to the critically endangered, there will be very few. It means not just reduction in the number, there will be very few in count of that species. If you neglect in any of these stages, the ultimate stage will be extinct. It means that we will not have that species anymore. Okay. So now if you see about this adjutant stock, it comes under the endangered list. Okay. Now, under which schedule it is? It is under the Schedule 4 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972. So which kind of questions may be asked in the prelims? If you see about this word, when you get a question and you'll be having few options, 1, 2 or 1, 2, 3, 4. Under that, in one option, they may ask you the status about this bird. In one option, they may ask you about the schedule of the bird. Or in one option, they may ask about the penalty if we poach or if we kill that animal or the bird. Okay, in the fourth option, they may ask you about the native place of the bird, where we actually get this bird. Okay, or they may even just ask you only two options. So this is how they will be asking you questions regarding the birds or the animals which we get in the news. Okay, so if we see here, this is the bird. This is how the bird looks. Okay, so if you see, the population is 800 to 1200 mature individuals, out of which 650 to 800 are in Assam. Assam is the place where you will be finding more number of these birds. Okay, and if you see these adjutants, where they generally live, they live in the tropical wetlands and they feed on the small aquatic and terrestrial wildlife. And this is similar to the bird which is in Africa, which is known as African cousin, that is the Marabou stork. Okay, so this has the similar characteristics like the Marabou stork, so it is known as the African cousin. Okay, now if you see, where does they eat? They mostly eat the dead bodies, okay, which we call as the carcasses. So they are known as scavengers. What are scavengers? The one which feed the dead. Okay, scavengers means the one which feed the dead. So they are considered to be as scavengers because they generally eat the human refuse and the carcass dumps. And if you see here, as I have told you, you will be finding more number in Assam. So where are the other places we generally find this bird? So the three places where we generally find, if you see in India, we can find them mostly in Assam, and the next one, as we are discussing now, in the Bihar. Okay, where we generally find it in the Bhagalpur. Here, the one which we are discussing now is about the Bhagalpur's Kadwa Dayara floodplains. This is the third most popular breeding center. Okay, this is the third most popular breeding center, and this news article is regarding this place. Okay, breeding center of these birds. And other than India, other than the northern east part of India, where is the other place in which we find this? Cambodia. Okay, other than India, we find these birds in Cambodia. So these are the three places where we generally find these birds. As I have told you, it is under the endangered list. So now the IUCN, it means the IUCN and the International Wetland Research Bureau specialist group on stock IBs, they have said that. Okay, and even the International Council of Bird Preservation these organizations, they have said that the specialist and even the specialist group on stock, IBs and spoonbill, these organizations said that it should be in the first priority species for conservation. This stock need to be the first priority species. Why they are saying it need to be in the first priority species for conservation? Because as I have told you, their number has drastically reduced when we compare with the past. So they may become critically endangered, and from thereby they may become extinct. For that reason, we have to conserve and we have to increase the number of these birds. Okay, now let's see in the case of Assam. As I have told you, more number are present in Assam. So where do we generally find them in Assam? Mostly they are around the city of Guwahati. Okay, mostly they are around the city of Guwahati. And there, if you see, garbage is dumped a lot. Okay, in the Guwahati, if you see, there is a freshwater lake which was a former channel of the Brahmaputra river, and there you can find a lot of garbage is dumped. When the garbage is dumped, it means that it is polluting the water body. Okay, you can see here in the image also. Okay, a lot of garbage is dumped. Okay, so what happens because of this pollution, because of the pollution and the over exploitation of the wetland, then wetland is destroyed from one side and these are feeding on them. The fish which is there in the wetlands, they will be dying because of this pollution, and the animals which are eating, these birds which are eating the dead, it will even affect them. Thereby, as it is, as we all know in the food chain, if one level is polluted, the other level which is eating this will also get the toxic elements which they are eating through the food. Okay, so though there is pollution in the first stage, it will be travel to the other stage of the food chain and it will affect the whole food chain. Those parties which are involved in the food chain all will be affected. So this is what the main reason for their reduction in the number and why do we actually need to conserve them. The main thing is habitat loss. Second thing is pollution and the encroachment or the over exploitation of these wetlands also are the reasons for the reduction of the numbers of these. Okay, thank you.